Okay, I want to make an example of some structures that I just ran into here, and I think this one is a human structure with a little bit of Sasquatch ingenuity into it. But then right next to it is like a Sasquatch structure, and it's typical of what they do. This right here, this looks like a man-made deal. See how clean it is. See how it's smaller at the bottom. It's not real wide. It looks like it's had a little interference. Maybe Sasquatch came in here and kind of did all that. But I think for the most part, this is a human structure. There's a difference between these and that structure right there. And I think when humans came along and they built this isn't that far off the road, something came over and mimicked them. And see, this is more of Sasquatch deal. This is more dirty looking. This is what they do. They just kind of more dirty look to it. And I'm glad I came across that. I don't see too many nice looking, teepees like this, because this one's pretty nice. It's smaller at the bottom. The humans always make them smaller at the bottom for some reason. It's just the way they do it. And then you got this way Sasquatch do it. They bring them way out. There's a leaner right here, and there's some other wood brought in. It looks like right here, but you could just see it's dirtier. It's not perfect, excuse me, and it's just it's quite a bit wider on the end of it. And then you got this guy right here. It looks like there's a little bit of interference from when the humans did it. And see, they will come down here, and they'll see this. And they mimic humans all the time. They will mimic that. It's just pretty cool. My dog over there barking at a red truck. But I just thought I'd document that and show you guys, because that is pretty incredible. I could be wrong. Maybe a Sasquatch did do that. But I'm thinking along the lines of human did that right there. That's definitely Sasquatch. Sasquatch? Juicy. Human? Not so juicy. Check this out. You got more manipulation right here. You got these leaners. It kind of makes an X type structure going on here. This is just something else that these Sasquatch will do. Look at this nice little X sitting perfect up in here with a couple of small sticks on that side of it. More Sasquatch activity. That's just up above from where those teepees were sitting. I just filmed, but this is a really good area. I mean, I've seen some pretty. Oh, look, right behind me, there's another structure. This also looks Sasquatch. This is what they do. As you can see, the difference between the teepee, the big teepee down there, how it's clean. It's real brung in at the bottom, and then you got this one is real dirty and small. Look at this. This is kind of like something that they do, just kind of small, dirty, whatever, because that's just some of the crazy stuff that they do. And there's a cut piece of log in there. Looks like the only one that's in there that's cut with a chainsaw. That, I'm telling you, that don't matter. They always bring one log way off like this. That's pretty incredible, if you ask me. It's really incredible. But that's cool, guys. There's another example of how Sasquatch do that, and they probably mimicked the structure that's down that way. The other teepee structure is definitely human-made. You can see the difference in it, and that's what I'm trying to show people. If I could step on this without falling, this stuff's pretty hard. I mean, look at that. That's pretty cool. Here's another example of how Sasquatch do. It's kind of a cheesy little teepee, very juicy. This is another example of a Sasquatch-made teepee. Look at how it's real wide. It's all the way out there. Half done, real dirty looking, compared to the other teepee I just showed you. Can you see the difference I'm trying to tell people, so people aren't so close-minded? It's Sasquatch make these out here. I don't care who you are and what you say, they make them out here. And whenever you get into areas with stuff like this, you start having vocals. You might even see one. You start having activity. Why would it do that in a normal man-made structure? You know what I mean? Every time you get into something and it's supposedly man-made, why do you get all kinds of activity? You get footprints around it. It's crazy. But the one back there was man-made. This is made by Sasquatch. I try to tell people this. Open your minds and think a little bit. These are not a bunch of dumb apes. This is very juicy. There's some crazy manipulation. All these sticks been laid up on this this rock here. It's another thing that they do. You see this, guys? All these sticks. They do that right on top of this rock like this. Lay them all up on there. What it means, I don't know. Maybe a blind. I don't know. It's just stuff that they do, man. It's pretty crazy. I'd say that's pretty damn juicy, guys. Looks like a spot where maybe there was a structure at one time, but there's all these little sticks, all these little branches and stuff all the way down over here. It's been pulled up in here, and maybe there was a structure here and it got knocked down. And you see these other manipulation, these leaners right here, sitting in twos, going right up into the tree. That one kind of makes an X. And that's pretty darn cool if you ask me. So there's this really cool structure that I've seen kind of right off the road. You got an axe, you got like this teepee structure, you got all these leaners, you got all this activity right here. It's one little spot. That's pretty incredible, isn't it, guys? You got a bunch of stuff stuck into the tree there. Granted, this is done, I think, a while back. This is pretty darn amazing, man. This is the kind of stuff. This is just what they do. They take all these trees and they just lean them up into these. Like it seems to be focused on this tree here. It's freaking crazy. And this is just right off the road, man. They don't care where you're at. And you see all this manipulation right here. How that's all woven in at the top right up there. This is something that they do. I definitely found one of their little areas, but they come out from back that way. There's a little creek that runs down there. That's pretty damn cool. Here's some, this is not natural. This, as a matter of fact, looks like a big X structure. Some smaller stuff up, down around it. This is more manipulation by a Sasquatch right here. I promise you that. You walk anywhere else on this forest right here, you don't see anything like it. You see your typical stuff laying on the ground and whatnot. Come across that. You know, that's crazy, because that stuff's been woven in there and just manipulated like crazy. And you got these smaller ones down on the bottom, shoved up in there. Walk anywhere out here, you don't see any of this kind of thing right here. You know, you don't see anything. You'd look around and nothing. It was pretty damn intriguing to me. It's just crazy. Amazing manipulation right there. To a spot like this, it's just all these trees have been, either they were standing here, pushed over violently or whatever, to make a huge pile. And there's a rock. Remember I showed you this before? There's a rock right there. They do this on top of the rocks and around the rocks, these big selected rocks that they do. That's crazy. That's kind of some of the stuff I try to show people. And like this guy, he came from here, he was slammed over that way, and all these trees are all laying in different directions, you know? Which is pretty incredible if you ask me. Nowhere else is like that. Just right here. You got a really cool bend right here too. This bend coming up and over. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. Like this tree is not even from here. This one's fresher than that one. So how did that end up on top of that? Looks like there's some manipulation going on here. But there's a cool bend right there. Looks like a trail going right here. Broken stuff. Broken tree. I wish I had somebody else with me to come out and do this with me, but I mean, I had my bro coming out for a little bit, but he hasn't been coming out lately with me. I don't know what's going on. Kind of sucks. I need another guy out here. I need another pair of eyes, you know. I'm looking one way, he's looking the other way, kind of thing. I guess I'm gonna try moving up. I don't want to walk too far back. Move up a little bit. I hope my transmission will be all right. Because this sucks. It sucks bad, especially when you ain't got the funds to fix it. And I got a disabled wife too. It's gonna cost at least $4,000 to get it done. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna do that, but to get a new transmission, about $4,000. It kind of put me in a funk a little bit. Kind of down about it, to be honest. It just makes me sick. Anyways, enough of my bitching about my transmission. Let's move up. Look at how this little stick is stuck in the ground. And the butt end of it's been placed up here. Look at the little X right there. There's a little bit of manipulation here. I think these guys are small in here. That right there, that's very old. That's been laying on the ground. I think something new that came out of these nice fresh trees and just happened to land right up on that. It's something else that they do. It's a marker. It's a symbolism to somebody, to one of the others, the Sasquatch that are out here. Looks like there's some manipulation going on right there too. There's another X right there. Same characteristics. Top side's on the other side of the tree. Bottom half is on this side of the tree. Same thing. Still a lot of snow in here. Dang it. Fortunately, I could walk right on top of this stuff. Come up into another little area. It's so thick back there I can't hardly see into that forest. There's some more manipulation right here. See all these little sticks and stuff just kind of piled up into that little spot right there. Obviously manipulated with hands. Maybe done by a little guy. A lot of them around here are little squatches. Little folks. By the way, I changed my name to Project Sasquatch. I kind of took over an old friend of mine. He's an old guy. He's done with it. He had the name Project Sasquatch for 28 years, and he didn't do any social media. It was all he didn't put it out on anything. But he's just to the point. He can't really get out here very good, and he told me I can have the name, which really excited me because people would question me about Western Slope Bigfoot. They give me shit about it all the time. So, because I wasn't on the Western Slope investigating, I'm all over the place. And I got tired of it and said, screw it. I'm going to change it to universal name. I got permission. So, we'll use that then. Which excites me because that's a good name. Something dark right there. I can't see because it focuses in on the trees right here. Another blurry picture of a Sasquatch. I just think it's a shadow. But yeah, it was really cool though. He informed me that, if I wanted to take over the name, I'll be like, new management. And so I took over the name, and it was pretty awesome. I was pretty stoked about that. I'm just tired of the other name. Everybody's questioning me and giving me shit about it all the time, because I'm not on the Western Slope all the time. People left my channel, left my Facebook group that is now Project Sasquatch, and yeah, I'm like, what the hell, man? Anyways, enough bitching about that. I just thought I'd tell you that though. So that's the new name, Project Sasquatch. Zeus with Project Sasquatch. Yeah, it's got a ring to it.